Alright, this is John Cola with OKRod.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. And this episode I'm going to actually share with you guys what I do exactly when I take a weekend trip to Los Angeles. I leave Friday evening or in the daytime usually, and then come back Monday evening. So it's a 3-day trip to LA, in LA on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And in this episode, first time ever on my channel, I'm going to show you guys what I did the entire weekend. All the stops I make, including places to get my plant starts, where I get my wholesale produce, as well as the farmers markets I go to and other farms and friends that I visit along the way to create content to share with you guys on my gardening channel and teach you guys about eating more fruits and vegetables and even how to grow them. Now, I've never done a video like this before because doing a video like this is a lot of work. And my friends Lisa and Nate from Raw Food Romance and Raw Natty, links down below to their YouTube channel as well as their Instagrams. They are some amazing people. I encourage you guys to follow them highly. We have long talks on our drives and hanging out during our whole trip about eating raw foods and eating healthfully, and we share a lot of the same views. And they're some amazing people. And actually, this episode appeared on Lisa's YouTube channel, Raw Food Romance channel, first before you saw it here, and I got permission from her to share it on my side as well. I did edit it down to only include the parts with me in it. So the full version I will link down below in the description if you want to see, her preparing for the trip and then her getting back from the trip and then having to, deal with all the food that they had purchased. Now, the next thing I want to tell you guys is that, I apologize if you say, John, I want to come with you, man. Show me the ropes. I'm sorry, I can't do. My life is crazy, hectic. I mean, if you're a friend of mine and I'm hanging out with you and we're going together, that's one thing. But I can't just take or have people meet me or come with me unless it's previously arranged, if it's a friend of mine or something like that. Because the logistics are crazy. Like, we're hitting one place after the other after the other. I never know what time we're going to get somewhere to be somewhere because we just basically play everything by ear. So I know some of you guys maybe want to go with me or learn how to do it. That's why I make these videos for you guys, to share with you guys how I do it, to share with you guys step by step the places you need to go, who to talk to, right? I have other videos, links down below, how to shop the Los Angeles Wholesale Produce Terminal. I have 2 videos on how to do it yourself to empower you to do it. You don't need me to go with you. That's why I make my videos, so you guys could do it without me, right? So important for me to teach you guys how I live. And if you guys want to duplicate that, if you guys want to get the same very plant starts I get or the same high quality fruits and vegetables at the lowest prices at the farmers markets or even at the wholesale produce terminal, that's why I make these videos. And I want to thank once again Lisa, for filming this because, when I'm in LA, I just have nothing but time to just go to each place, get what I need to done, get in the car, drive to the next place, do the next thing before it gets dark every day, and then eat, and then go to bed at night, maybe publish a video while I'm traveling, because I try to publish one video on each of my 3 channels each week. So normally when I go to LA, you might see me make a few videos at a farm or somewhere down there where I'm filming there or showing the nursery I'm buying plant starts at. But then I'll make a video actually sharing with you guys my haul and all the amazing deals I've gotten, because that's an easy video for me to make. The much more complicated video, because once again, I'm doing it by myself most of the time. I can't stop and take videos of actually filming me what I'm doing because I'm actually doing it and I'm living my life. So I want to encourage you guys to, live your lives and not try to be focused on what's going on the phone or trying to film stuff for other people, which I think is great. Me personally, I try to just live my life. And yeah, of course, I love filming videos for you guys when I have that time allocated to do that, but I can't interrupt my busy day to do that. Meanwhile, Lisa and Nate, that's their lifestyle. That's what they love to do, and they share all this with you guys. So I'd encourage you guys to follow them specifically on Instagram. While they do make some YouTube videos, they're on Instagram like every day, every 2 seconds seems like, filming what they're doing, creating and sharing to help people out, to get you guys to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables. And Lisa filmed every time we stopped, and then more importantly, she spent like 15 hours, right, to edit the video that you guys are going to see, and then I've edited with my editor a little bit more to take out some of the parts that aren't pertinent to, you know, my channel. So once again, link down below to her channel. So yeah, special thanks go out to Lisa, and follow her on Instagram if you're not already. And if you're not already, I would be really surprised. And also follow Nate on Instagram, and their links to Instagram and their YouTube channels are down below. So follow them on all the different social media outlets. So with that, let's get into this video to show you guys what I did in an entire weekend in LA, every place I stopped and all the things I did.
Ready to go? First stop was picking up our friend John Kohler. For those of you who don't know him, he has YouTube channels, Growing Your Greens, as well as OK Raw here on YouTube, so definitely check him out. We went to his house and we picked him up, and he brought his really cool cooler that plugged right into the cigarette lighter plug in our truck and kept everything cold. So it was a really awesome thing to have so that we could put our cold ingredients, and he brought some juices and his soup and all kinds of stuff in the cooler as well. So we started driving, heading to LA. John is a wealth of information, so we got to talk about all kinds of different fun things on the drive. It was really awesome. We also stopped off at a store to grab a couple things to make a quick salad, but John had a jar of soup for us, raw soup, so we had that for our dinner, and it was absolutely delicious. And then we got to our hotel room. It was late, so we just brought everything up and unpacked a little bit. We brought John's cooler up as well to make sure that everything stayed cold, and this was our cooler bag, so we just put our dressings in the fridge to keep them cold, and we refroze our ice pack as well, while John was working on some thumbnails to upload to his YouTube. Again, his YouTube channel is Growing Your Greens and OK Raw, so go check those out. While he was doing that, we got a little snacky, so we got some celery and pitted some dates and just had some celery with dates before heading off to bed. Next morning was the first full day in LA, and we had a packed day. John actually printed out an entire itinerary of exactly where we were going to go so that we didn't miss anything. We checked out of our hotel room and grabbed some quick fruit items from the breakfast area. I had some bananas and some apples. We also got a couple walnuts to take with us. John drank some of his water, and we drove to our first destination, which was the Pasadena Farmers Market. This was an awesome first stop, and we enjoyed a whole lot of fruit samples. We had peaches and nectarines and plums galore. We got to try some grapes. We also bought some grapes. These were delicious, these strawberry grapes here. They were so good. One of my absolute favorite ones. There was so much color and so much abundance at this market. All the markets that we went to did have beautiful colors. It was the perfect time to go to the markets. We got some berries and enjoyed a lot of fruit. So even though we only had a couple bananas for breakfast, we did eat a lot of fruit as samples, and we did buy some stuff at the market as well. John found a really great deal on sapotes. He got some pictures with some fans and some passion fruit. We got some avocados from a new friend that we had great conversations with. His name is Mike. This is him here. He grows these in his yard and sells them at the market. We also found a wonderful woman selling sprouts, so we got excited and got some sprouts to go on some of our salads. And of course, those are the grapes. The next stop was Rainbow Mealworms, where John went to pick up some casings for his garden. These go in the soil. They were free, so he picked up 3 bags, one for one of his friends and 2 for him. And while the boys were doing that, hooking them up to the truck. We ate some grapes and then headed down to the second farmer's market. This is the Torrance Farmer's Market in LA, and they had epically awesome stuff as well. I love this place. They had some watermelon radish. They had a lot of pre-chopped vegetables and fresh herbs. I got a bunch of watermelon radishes, and they had these really awesome looking endive radicchio style, so I got some of those for our lunch. We definitely wanted to get as much as we could from the market for our lunch. We also got these fresh peanuts, fresh and raw, so delicious. And the fresh ginger. If you've never had fresh ginger, if you ever get a chance to have some, it's amazing. It's really easy to grate. There's a lot more juice in them. We also got these red walnuts, which were super fresh tasting, really delicious. And probably one of my favorite things that we got was the koji, the shio koji and the tamari koji, fermented foods, and the chickpea miso. We got one of those as well. These were great additions to our sauces. Fermented products are part of our diet, and we really love them. We enjoyed more fruit, as usual, and the beauty that was all around. I got to see a passion fruit tree for the first time in real life and got to see the beautiful passion fruit flowers as well. The persimmons were just showing up in season, and the plums. This was another one of my most favorite things about being in the LA market in September was all the fresh plums. We got so many plums. We did spend a lot of money on them, but hey, might as well, right? There was so many different kinds of avocados. These avocados, you can eat the skin, and the skin kind of tastes a little bit like licorice. Those were really good. So we got a different bunch of avocados. We got some different limes. We were going to get some passion fruit, but we're waiting because we're going to the produce terminal on Monday. So we didn't get the passion fruit right away, but it was tempting. After we spent a little time at the market, we grabbed our bag to have lunch at the park that was beside the market. John had his fruit, and we made a salad.
All right, so now I'm actually gonna eat something for reals, and this is actually white sapote. I just saw it being called ice cream fruit. I don't know if I'd say it's ice cream fruit, but white sapote, I got these for a good deal because they're all like dented and damaged and bird dinged, but that's the good stuff because you just cut off the bad stuff, eat it. So I'm eating this, and I'm eating the strawberry guavas I just picked up at the farmer's market. And here's the thing, guys, like, I'm eating a fruit meal right now. When I'm eating a fruit meal, I do not limit my fruits, right? I eat as much fruit as I entirely want in this one meal right now, right here, right? It's important to eat enough fruits every day. And so I'm gonna eat some fruits today. Some of my favorites.
So while John started eating his sapotes, we made up our salad with some mixed greens and some baby kale. We like to chop our mixed greens a little bit so they're a little easier to eat. Sometimes you get some big pieces that aren't as fun. We even had some of the fresh peanuts that we bought to add to our salad with some chives that we got at the market as well. The avocado that we got from Mike, it was really good. It's always nice to try different varieties of the foods that we normally eat because you might have different textures, a little different flavor, some really unique tastes. It's worth exploring the different flavors. For this salad, we used the spicy ginger almond, which is in the Dips and Dressings ebook. Again, our ebooks are 40% off. The code is RAWFOOD40 and the link is in the description box below. After our delicious lunch, we went to the Toro Nursery in Torrance, California, or in the LA County area. Got to eat this delicious flower. John just says, here, eat this. So we like to try the things that he knows that are edible. And it's a really cool experience to learn a lot about the foods that are just grown everywhere. So we had a great time looking at all the different plants that you can buy here. And of course, because John gardens in his backyard in Las Vegas, he likes to come to LA to get a lot of the starts that he uses in his garden. And this was a great nursery, definitely a place that we would like to go if and when we have our own garden. But John had a great time looking around, and he did get a couple plants. So what are we looking for here?
Veggie starts.
Veggie starts.
So leafy greens, eat your leafy greens. The best way to get your leafy greens is to grow them.
Yup.
And the cheapest.
Gotta grow them. There are so many different kinds of greens that we can eat in our diets. It's not just one or two different kinds. I personally love mustard greens. These ones were so delicious. And there was some kale, there was cauliflower, there was a lot of different things here. Very unique varieties and perfect place to grab some food to grow in your garden. After the nursery, it was time to pick up something for dinner. Because we were in the area, we stopped at Under the Sun. This is a raw living foods place, and they have so much on their menu. It's a real nice treat to have a place that has raw food. There aren't any fully raw vegan restaurants in Las Vegas, so it's a treat to go to LA where they do have more raw vegan friendly places. We met this sweet fan, she's the manager, and we ordered some delicious stuff. And again, since we just ate, we got this to go because it was on the way to our next stop. We got dessert and burgers. We got enough to split with each other, and John got the burrito wrap. So we packed that into the cooler, headed to our next destination, which was Grocery Outlet. We like to go here. There isn't a grocery outlet in Las Vegas. They have some really great prices on some stuff that we like. For example, the coconut wraps. These were $1.99 each, regular $6.99, so we had to grab that. Headed down to figure out how to put stuff on the roof of the truck. Boys were trying to figure some stuff out. I was looking around. I really like this cooler. We want to invest in one of those as well, like John's that fits in the cigarette lighter. So the boys figured out what they needed, so we stopped at Home Depot to get parts.
And then beets, and then red cabbage, and then purple sweet potato, and then I got ginger and turmeric in there.
Then after everything we did, it was time to check into our second hotel room for the night. We unpacked the truck and took everything up again. We didn't bring too much, it seems like we did, but we just brought the essentials, the cooler, our bags, everything that we needed. The hotel room was really nice, and the first thing that we did was pull out the food. We got the crunch wrap, and this is again from Under the Sun. So great. Such a great restaurant. This was definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. We got two different kinds of burgers, and we split the burgers. We split the nori rolls and the crunch wrap. So it was a lot of food, and we were hungry. The burgers were delicious. Highly recommend if you are in the LA area to go to Under the Sun where they have all the delicious raw food. Here we split everything between for me and Nate. And while we ate that, we enjoyed the scenery. We got to love our food. And John was uploading another video for his YouTube channel. This was his burrito wrap that he had. And John is a hard worker. He is constantly working on helping to provide as much information as he can. And it's really wonderful, all the work that he does. So I got ready for bed. We chilled a little bit, hung out, and had some pie before bed. Good morning. This is the second full day here in LA, and it was a packed day. We have a lot going on, and we're starting out by heading to the very first farmers market, which is the Vista market in Los Angeles. So Nate pulled up and we packed up, checked out of our hotel room, and for breakfast, we have all the plums that we bought from the market the day before. So I sat in the back seat and I chopped up a bunch of plums for Nate and I. John had his own food for the day, so I just made all the plums. We chopped pretty much all of them up and had those for breakfast. Seriously, never thought I could love plums as much as I do now. We stopped off at the Vista Farmers Market, which was another wonderful place. Packed, lots of food, and some amazing tomatoes. Because we didn't have any stuff for lunch, we had a mission to grab ingredients for our lunch salads.
Look at this romaine.
That's a healthy head of romaine.
That's like, damn.
That's definitely 2 salads worth.
Yeah.
This kid is too bitter or why?
Yeah, that's why we don't. But
The fruit could cost like, I don't know, $25. So, I mean, these are like really high end, and now they're being grown here in California, and they taste amazing. Like, unlike any other grapes you've tasted, you guys are definitely not going to get this quality at the grocery store.
Yeah, these were amazing.
Lucky enough for us, the same plum vendors were also at this market, so we went ahead and bought another bag. It was $37, but hey, when you only get plums like this once in a blue moon, it's worth it.
Lies the old adobe home. Oh, the adobe crumbles outside, but I'm inside.
Get down here. I'm glad you're at this market because I come to this market when I get down to town. I don't go to San Diego much.
Okay. Yeah, it's awesome, man. Yeah, good to see you. I
You still
recognize you.
unpasteurized?
Yes.
Yes!
Yeah.
You're awesome, dude. I love you.
We also got one of these raw tempeh blocks made with beans and unpasteurized raw. They cut it fresh just for us. This is really great marinated in maybe the tamari koji, some coconut aminos, or some raw miso with other spices, dehydrated slightly just to marinate and then add it to a salad. Fermented products do play a role in our daily diet, so it's really awesome to have people who are creating these as well. Back in the truck, we added our things to the cooler. We got some cashew cream cheese, a jalapeno, and a scallion, and then along with our tempeh, they went into John's cooler. We definitely have to get one of those coolers. John also made us a juice. We don't normally drink juice, but hey, if John Kohler is going to make us a juice, we're going to drink it. Then we headed to our second farmers market of the day. This was the Hollywood Farmers Market, and we got to walk on the stars, which was pretty cool. And since we didn't get any lettuce at the other market, we found these beautiful little gems that were perfect for our lunch. They were 3 heads for $7, so we got these. It's really great, again, to seek out different kinds of foods. We got these little lemon kiss melons that were sweet and tart all at the same time. So we put all of those in our little backpack. We got to try some heirloom tomatoes and cucumbers with a lemon juice kind of a dressing. The kids were learning all about tomatoes, and this woman had a really cool guitar, and she was a wonderful singer as well. Then we found the dates.
Oh,
Straight to the veins.
Straight to the veins. Straight sugar.
What are these ones? Are these the barhees?
These are the barhees, but we just got them like these turned into what we just ate.
Yeah. That's awesome.
You just leave them out on your counter, and they'll turn into like this color.
7 hot dates.
Next up was Erewhon on Beverly Boulevard in Los Angeles, California. This was a very interesting store. Definitely one of the biggest natural food stores I've ever been in. They had so much stuff and it was packed. I found some really cool lentils, different kinds of lentils that I haven't had before that we're going to sprout. They had some amazing different kinds of vegan cheese, so we got a couple of those. And their produce section was just beautiful. So much stuff. This was a really cool store. It was really neat to be able to go in here and see what they were all about. After the store, we went back to the truck and grabbed all of the things that we were going to make for our lunch salad. And outside of Erewhon, they have a bunch of little picnic tables where you can stop and eat. So we brought our stuff and started making our salads right outside of the store. So all of the goods that we got from the markets, the lettuce, the endive, the tomatoes, the avocado, the chives, we got to have all of that in our salad. And we used the Divine Lime dressing, which you can find in Meal Plan Volume 3. We chopped our lettuce. John had some juice and his blueberries. It was really fun to chop our lettuce and everything right there in the open in front of everybody. It's cool when people stop by and check out our salads or say that they look good. And it really is simple. I know it looks like it might be a lot, but really all you need is your ingredients, cutting boards, a knife, a rag, some water, your bowls, and your forks. That's really all you need. Of course, you might want a dressing, which you can bring separately, or use salsa and avocado or what have you, but just chop everything where you are, make a fresh salad, and enjoy. The salad was really fun to prepare, and it was really good. We used the Divine Lime dressing from Meal Plan Volume 3. These peppers were delicious. We had some of the purple radish that we also got from one of the markets, and the sprouts that we got, as well as the chives. We had everything in these salads was purchased at the markets specifically for our lunch. Avocados were so creamy, so delicious. And we just pour that dressing on. And we have ourselves some raw vegan salads for our lunch. Our next stop was Wild Living Foods on South Main Street, Los Angeles. This is a raw, plant-based restaurant. They aren't completely vegan. They do have quite a few items that have honey in them. So make sure that you ask for honey-free and really read the ingredient lists on there if you are vegan. However, they do have pretty much everything raw, so great place for those who are looking for raw stuff. We had some juices as we waited for our meals, and then we headed over to meet Jose Ramirez, who has a fruit orchard in his backyard. So John wanted to do a video with him. You can check that out on his channel, Growing Your Greens. We had a great time looking at all the amazing fruit trees that this guy is growing in his backyard.
Just under 7. That was a lot of their cost.
2002. Okay. So I got planning the whole time, but you know, it's
Yes,
failures
yeah.
and like almost
Small.
gave up.
But there was nothing back here when you came?
Yeah, right?
You just almost got to incorporate like underneath your understory, man. Just put them underneath the trees so they get some shade and some sun. Yeah, or I would do like just perennial vegetables all over the place.
I like that idea. When I did a picture with some of the veggie trees, veggie plants, when I put them in the trees,
Green ones too. Green. I see a lot of avocados, right?
yeah.
Do you have like check out this wall. This is like a retaining wall underneath the house here. And he's basically listed all the different varieties of trees that he originally planted. Now, some of these are not living, but basically when he bought all the trees, he basically made a map. And it like weaves around his yard. So the way it weaves around his yard, he basically has them all listed. So look at all these trees, these fruit trees he's growing in his backyard that he has all labeled here so he knows what's outside. Of course, a lot of the trees also have little tags on them. But this is so amazing, like all the different varieties he grows. And he grows, I mean, you think you go to the store and you get mangoes, and he has like Namdok Mai mangoes and Opportuna and Cherimoya and so many different cool varieties, because there's like, people know that there's like Granny Smith apples, Golden Delicious apples, but there's like so many different kinds of mangoes. And when you go to the store, it's only labeled mango. It could be a Keat, could be a Kent, and unfortunately it's not some of these more rare varieties, you know, that he's growing here, like Desert Delight, Nectarines, Flavor Delight, Aprium, Santa Rosa Plums, Katy Apricots. I mean, you can just see, and this is just so cool the way he's done this in art, but also it's a functional retaining wall for the house. This shows like the city behind, and this is like urban garden where people are actually painting the nature, and also, but they're like growing fruit trees, and there's like community, they're having meetings, they're working together. It's just like an amazing piece of art. And you'd have to ask him what like all these ones are, but they're like, I don't know, they're just really cool. I just really love the design and how he does it. I mean, there's a big one behind me here. And look, this is like a dresser or wardrobe case that he's like totally got painted up too. So yeah, this dude's amazing. You know, not only does he a school teacher helping out and teaching the kids, not only is a backyard farmer growing his own food on his property to share with the community, not only is an artist, but yeah.
We had to rush before they closed to get to fresh canes. This was next on our list. It is fresh sugarcane juice, and it is raw, unpasteurized deliciousness. We were lucky enough to get into the back of the store and meet Jason, who owns Fresh Canes. He's one of John's friends. John comes here every time he comes to LA to get some fresh cane juice from Jason. So they have fresh cane that you can buy here if you're looking for sugarcane
Year round.
year round. This is awesome.
Lower your cholesterol.
The wax?
Yep.
Wow.
And what they do at the pharmacy industry,
Yeah.
they use this wax to put in a capsule.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Wait, hold on. Let me get that because that's cool.
Sugarcane makes the wax to protect itself from the pests and the bugs and the weather. It's like a coating.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, we're getting the quality hookup right here. We got the wax on it.
Wax on! Wax on!
Nice.
Wax on sugarcane. Wax on.
Let's see, John.
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go. Busting up. All the juice coming out right down there. Squeezing out. Super dry. Look at that. Super dry.
Wow.
Still efficient.
And then look at here. I mean, that's just the nectar of the gods. Oh, yes.
For juices, or you could use it for recipes. Like
Yes.
you guys could use it for like making a miso tahini dressing with a little garlic.
We are
Super bomb.
so doing that.
You can use it to make other dressings. You can use it as a smoothie base, like add it to bananas. If you got some fruit that's not sweet, you can like mix your sugarcane with the other fruit.
It's hard to get fresh sugarcane juice. Like, I mean,
It's extremely rare. We're lucky to have Jason in a place like this.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. It's my pleasure, guys. I love you guys come and visit. You know, I'll be happy to share this information to everyone.
Yeah.
Anything has to do with sugarcane imported into Cali here have to be pasteurized.
gotcha.
They shave the skin a little
So
bit.
this is unpasteurized.
They shave the skin a little bit. They cook for 20 to 30 minutes above 120
Okay.
degree, and then take it out,
Yeah.
freeze it, and then you can bring it in.
I see.
Some place they require to cut it down to 2 inch, an inch of the cane,
Just little chunks.
a little chunk.
Yeah.
But somehow lately they can bring it in like 3 feet.
Yeah.
But once you defrost it with the water and then get in the cane,
Yeah.
it dilutes the natural taste of the cane.
Gotcha.
Wow. But we got the raw hookup
You lose
here.
the antioxidant quality because it's oxidizing, not during the freezing process, but when you thaw it, that's when you lose the antioxidant because the cell walls are broken open.
Dang, bro. You're crushing it. Jason,
Thank you.
thanks, man. This is incredible.
He's like literally crushing it.
Yeah, he's crushing it. He's crushing it.
He's crushing it right now.
Back to the ceiling.
You see all the air bubbles are coming up out of the juice, so now when you store it with a cap on, it's de-aerated. So because the air bubbles will cause the sugarcane to ferment and go bad fast.
Right.
Gotcha.
So we're removing the air, and then even though you don't have these caps,
Can I get a picture?
we're gonna put a regular cap on it.
Final stop of the night was John's friend Wendy. He wanted to do a video with her in her backyard, so we got to meet Wendy and her garden.
Like she has tomatoes. Look how all these tomatoes growing up high.
Wow.
She's got reflective shade cloth. She's growing like, look, all these ripe tomatoes. She's got a what? Oh, this is like the Hoja Santa plant. Oh wait, you got katuk, this big long katuk. She's got like tree kale, like right there. She's got like, I think this is ginger actually. She's growing like ginger or something right there. She's got all these strawberries in this tower, peppers, squash, banana. I mean, you could grow a lot in alleyways.
Yeah, this is so
It's
tiny.
like sweet potatoes. Is that sweet potatoes?
Yeah, that's
Oh, I love how they're purple. I love the. I gotta grow
cool.
those next year. The purple leaf sweet potatoes, because I mean I grew purple ones, but they're green leaf. But I want the purple leaf,
I know.
and I'll just eat them.
Oh my god, those taste good.
Yeah.
Wow, Wendy.
We should juice this in like the sugarcane juice.
Oh my god. Cute little tower garden kind of thing.
If you put alpine strawberries in your strawberry tower, that's such a good idea.
So after we finished filming with John and Wendy in the rain, we checked into our final hotel for the weekend. We had to be up really early and we got in pretty late, but we managed to get everything that we needed to get done for this day, and John worked on more of his videos. We worked on sharing some of our stories to our Instagram page, and then of course we had to eat the food that we got from Wild Living Food. I didn't get any video of it. I just got 2 really quick photos. As you can see here, we had some nori rolls again, so we ate those and then headed off to bed for our early morning. Super early. Before 5 a.m. we got up and got ready to have another really long day, but full of fun, stopping off at the first place, which was the Wholesale Produce Terminal at McGarry Street in Los Angeles, California. So these produce terminals are where a lot of the grocery stores and restaurants come to grab cases of food. And you can go as just a regular person and grab stuff like this case of strawberries for $5. They're organic strawberries. So we walked around and we looked at all the different kinds of things. We asked different prices of things. And there's so much produce available. It was incredible. And we found some really cool things. We ended up buying some stuff, as you'll see later on. But there were different produce terminals. There was a lot of different sellers there. So it depends on what you need, what you want to get, and definitely ask. Ask which ones are organic, if they have sales, what are the costs of different boxes of things, and really get to know the produce people. If you have a wholesale terminal in your area, definitely go check it out. It can feel a little intimidating because it's all like warehousey and lots of people walking around doing their thing. But the more you go, the more you ask, the more you talk to the people, the more comfortable it does get. So they have all of these displays of the different cases of things that you can get. Look around and find what you want.
How much is the organic celery? 22. And then do you have any other, like, do you have any specials on the organics right now? Like anything?
So this entire case of celery is 22 bucks. Organic. We might split that. Look at all the stuff that you can get. And this is where we got our case of passion fruit and our case of sunchokes. Sunchokes are so great for the microbiome. We had to get a case, so we ordered some, and then you go into the back, you pay for your boxes, and then they bring them out to you, at which point you can take them to your vehicle. It's pretty easy. You just got to have a little confidence and order what you need. We got celery, endive, kale, sunchokes, passion fruit, and we even got a case of figs for $10.
All right, I want to give you guys some updates. Just went to Maui Fresh Produce, and there's a few sellers like Tito's, Maui Fresh, and Guillermo that now sell organic here at the terminal. When I made the video many years ago, they weren't selling organic, so I'm glad organics is, getting better distribution these days. And check out what we got. We got organic celery, 36 count, so that's like 36 little celeries like this. 36 of these guys, and this guy's probably like 1.5 pounds. This whole case is like 50 pounds. Check it out, 50 pounds of celery, how much? It's $18 for 36 heads. I'm gonna split it with my friends. Now I wanna show you guys actually how I'm gonna travel with some of this stuff to keep it cold, keep it fresh, right? Got these bags. These are like delivery bags for people doing Uber and stuff, or Uber Eats. They're basically insulated, so they got the reflective material. So I basically take one of these bags, and they're nice and square, so I can stack them. They're not like, you know, the thin, tall bags. They're like square. I really love these bags. And then I just take cases, and like you could put the whole case in there, but in this case, the rain tan's really not going to get messed up if I take it out of the box. So I just basically take this whole thing out and just put it in here. So I'll stack all my rain tans in these so they kind of stay a little bit colder during my dry back, and then I'll just ditch the boxes here.
After that first stop, we went to the old and new produce terminals. John showed us some pretty awesome places to buy produce wholesale, and you buy either by the case or individually. Some places would sell individual pieces of fruit, other places sold cases, but it was really awesome. We even got some soursop.
We're rolling.
All right, we're at Hikari Produce here at the old terminal, and they got like bananas, and I saw these baby bananas, 15-pound case, and look at that. When you look inside there, they look pretty ripe, right? So then I opened one up. Look at that. This is ideal ripeness. I really love the color of these guys. I mean, look at that. Nice and like orange, yellow, spotted just perfectly. These ones are not as nice, but in general, these guys are really ripe. The problem with these baby bananas is when they get on the display, they get like bruised really easily. So when they're packed up like this, just perfectly ripened, they are so good. I'd actually rather eat baby non-organic bananas than organic large Cavendishes, because these like taste way better. And a lot of these will get dried or frozen actually. So these are way better to make in banana ice cream, like for smoothies, because they just have a much better flavor than the standard premium bananas, which are actually right next door. And guess how much these are, right? I made you guys want these, right? $5 for 15 pounds. What's that? 33 cents a pound for baby ripe bananas, perfectly ripened. Oh my gosh. This place is incredible.
In the middle of the terminal, they had a lot of tossed produce, so we dug around, got a couple free things. And John wanted cases of the prickly pears, so we got some of those. We found some baby tiny pineapples. Of course, we had to get a case of those for $10. Then we packed up our truck and headed to our next location, which was another nursery. This is another one that John really likes. It's the CPG Nursery on Firestone Boulevard in Norwalk, California, where he looked around for some more starts to take before we headed home to Las Vegas.
So besides buying wholesale produce that we got loaded up in the truck there, I also like to get wholesale plants, because plants are a better investment for your dollar than actually buying finished produce. So you guys can see today I got a flat 36 plants of broccoli that you could eat the leaves just like collards or kale, and then it'll obviously have little broccoli flowers that taste a lot more tender and delicious, sweeter than store-bought. I'm also growing a special lettuce. This is the Lola Rosa lettuce, so it's nice and red. Red lettuce, a lot more anthocyanin and antioxidant rich than the green lettuces. We also got some chili floor, or pepper floor, mushroom chilies. These have a really cool, like UFO style shape, if you guys could see that there on the camera. And they really have a nice sweet flavor. They're quite delicious, one of my favorites. And then, you know, when you grow your own food, you could grow more varieties than money could buy. So I'm like, buying these guys, which are one of my favorite leafy greens to eat. They're summer plants. This is actually called the popolo, and this is like the Mexican cilantro. Before there was cilantro introduced into Mexico, they'd use this for guacamole. It's more hardcore flavor. You know, I know a lot of you guys are eating your fruits and vegetables and buying them all the time, which is great. You know, hey, they're the healthiest foods on the planet. But if you guys want to take diet to the next level and make it even healthier, I would encourage you guys to grow your own, because it also makes more dollars and cents. How does it make more dollars and cents, do you say? Well, let me show you guys. So say you guys bought 1 head of organic kale. Yeah, this kale looks amazing. It's red kale. You could grow this in your garden, surely. You know, one bunch of kale with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know, 7 leaves. 7 leaves of kale, what, cost you $2, maybe $3 organic, maybe $4 if you live in Florida. But check this out, man. For the same price of 1 head of kale, you guys could get basically 6 kale plant starts. You know, the nursery didn't have the red ones today, but they do sometimes. And then if you got the plant starts, right? Look at this, there's more than 6 leaves on here. What you're saying, wait a second, John, those leaves are small. They're not as big as these leaves, right? Well, that's the thing. You plant this in the ground, these leaves will get bigger as this. And over the life of the plant, which this plant will grow like easily half a year, you plant it in the right season, and you'll have like, I even know, 60 times the amount of food of kale for the same price that you just harvest 1 leaf at a time. If you have 6 plants, you could harvest 1 leaf off each one as they grow bigger. So you're not like harvesting all the leaves. It'll grow for a long period of time. And you basically invested the same amount of money, and what do you get instead? You get higher quality leaves that don't taste quite as bitter, that haven't been stored as long, that you could add amendments to the soil that are more vibrant and have higher biophotons in there. I mean, guys, seriously, start a garden. This is why I'm so passionate about teaching gardening. It makes more dollars and cents. It's more nutritious. It's healthier for the planet, because now trucks don't have to truck this stuff across the United States. I mean, this is grown in California. We're in California now, but a lot of you guys don't live in California, that where it's as local as this, right? So yeah, grow your own food. You guys can grow your own food anywhere.
After a long day, we headed back to the hotel room, which we had a late checkout, so we were able to do everything that we needed to do. We ate a bunch of plums, had some lunch, just fruit, some pineapples and other things, and then we packed up. We had to clean our place and get everything ready to take down to the truck. Right before leaving LA, we stopped at the Cal Poly Pomona Farm Store on South University Drive in Pomona, California, where we checked out the little farm store and used the washroom before our long trip back, just to see if there was anything else that we wanted to grab before heading back to Vegas. We got on the road and had some more awesome conversation. We learned a lot from John.
All right, so that's it. You guys made it to the end, so congratulations. You are the 1%ers. I know you guys are really committed to eating more fruits and vegetables and learning how I live so that you guys could duplicate it and do it too. It's not rocket science, guys. I don't go to any special places. All these are public places that you guys can go to as well. And if you guys like this episode, be sure, once again, to follow Lissa on her YouTube channel, as well as her Instagram, as well as Nate. Lissa will be posting the second episode where we also go to LA again to share with you guys probably what we did the second trip we did together, which was, you know, basically a lot of the same, but a lot of different places as well. If you guys want to keep tabs on what I'm up to and where I'm shopping, I've cut down some of the nurseries I go to and get more dialed in these days. So yeah, follow Lissa on her YouTube as well as the Instagram. And once again, thank you to Nate and Lissa, my friends here who I have wonderful times hanging out with and get to go to LA and share with them all the cool things that I've learned over the many years I've been eating a raw vegan diet. So if you guys enjoyed this episode and want more episodes like this, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and more importantly, share this with others, especially people that live in LA, so that they can see some of the best places to source fruits and vegetables and plant starts so that you guys can eat more fresh fruits and vegetables. Also, be sure to click that subscribe button right down below so you don't miss any of my new and upcoming episodes I've coming out every 5 to 7 days. You don't know where I'll show up or what you'll be learning on my YouTube channel. Make sure you click the bell so you get notified as my new videos come out. And finally, be sure to check my past episodes. My past episodes are a wealth of knowledge. Over 600 episodes at this time on this channel dedicated to teach you guys all about all the hints, tips, secrets, and ways to eat more fruits and vegetables and get them and buy them the most affordable way as possible. Links down below once again in the description to my videos I've made at the LA Produce Terminal before, so you don't have to be intimidated and that you too could save lots of money when buying organic fruit and veg. So with that, my name is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time, and until then, remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're always the best.